Ascension isn't just something that happens spontaneously. It is a calling that you answer, and a transformation that you catalyze by way of the choices and actions you take. Once you answer that calling and the process of your ascension begins, there are several major signs you'll experience that will tell you for sure if you're experiencing ascension and progressing through its stages. I'm Sarah Hall, and I am a channel for the angels. With the angels' guidance, I'm here to teach you all about the process of ascension and how to optimize your potential to experience its amazing blessings of empowering transformation. Let's dive in. I'm about to share the 4 leading signs that you're undergoing ascension. But first, it's very important that you understand what ascension actually is. There are a lot of misconceptions out there, so I'm going to give you the simplest, purest, and truest definition of ascension now. Ascension is awakening to the divine truth of who and what you are. All that the divine source of this universe is, and all of its infinite power and potential, you are too. Ascension is an awakening to who and what you already are at your spiritual core. And this awakening can result in a transformation of your whole life, wherein you can experience the infinite creative spiritual power of the true divine you. If you'd like to dive deeper into understanding what ascension truly is and get some help weeding out the misconceptions, then check out my video called Ascension, What Is It Really? Linked for you in the description below. Now, one more very important thing you must understand is that ascension doesn't just spontaneously happen. As with literally all human experiences, your free will choices, along with the energy, effort, and action steps you put into the path of ascension, determine everything. So contrary to some of the misinformation out there, you're not just going to wake up one day and suddenly be in the middle of an involuntary spiritual explosion into a new state of being without your own input involved. Everything on the human path must honor our collective, basic soul contract of our free will and our freedom to co-create our reality by way of our own efforts. There are no exceptions to this divine law. In fact, the human path is valuable for soul growth and collective spiritual expansion because of this contract we all hold with reality, wherein, again, we are the ones choosing, shaping, and co-creating it. In truth, your soul calls you to ascension, and that calling to the path of ascension is the first of the 4 major signs of ascension. From there, you get to choose whether to answer the call and experience the next signs and phases of ascension or not. So, what is this first sign of ascension like, this soul calling? Well, let's put it this way. When your soul, which is the eternal divine part of you, holds both an intention and readiness for ascension, then all areas of your life start to look and feel a little different, as if everything is subtly beckoning you to find deeper meaning and truth. You may find that you're becoming less interested in the material world as a source of fulfillment, or that the material world isn't capable of providing the same diversions as it did for you in the past. You may find yourself questioning your current life and the meaning or purpose of your life. You may begin taking a much bigger and broader look at the overall state of the world and reality around you, including seeking higher perspective on human society, culture, or relationships. You may also notice a natural shift in how you're inclined to prioritize and value certain components of your life as you turn away from the mundane and material and towards presence, mindfulness, peace, and spirit. During this soul calling, you'll also likely attract synchronicities into your life, or in other words, major, uncanny coincidences that seem to prove that everything is connected and that a higher force of harmony is guiding you. Some common synchronicities you might receive include messages from the spirit world in the form of seeing repeated number sequences, such as 1111, also known as angel numbers, or being repeatedly guided towards particular words, images, or concepts that all point you towards unlocking and activating spiritual growth and engagement. This leads us to the second sign of ascension. The second sign of ascension is determined by your action steps and free will choice. If you answer the calling of your soul and begin to engage in spiritual seeking, practice, or studies to find the deeper meaning and connection towards which your soul is guiding you, then you'll experience the beginning stages of direct revelation. All human beings have the power and potential to experience the spiritual directly. For it is the divine birthright of each and every soul to be able to communicate with the divine source, to not only have faith in or philosophize about the spiritual, but to directly experience, feel, see, touch, and know the divine as it awakens within you. It is the leftover remnant of an old world of bygone days to believe that one can only access God through a religious official, or that normal people don't get to experience miracles or the mysteries of the soul. This thinking was a product of an era of spiritual disempowerment and psychological control enforced by those participating in fear-based illusions of lack on planet Earth. In divine truth, planet Earth is a realm of infinite abundance, just as is the source of this universe and the nature of your own soul. In this reality of literally infinite abundant potential, you are your own infinite wellspring of direct access to all divine truth, power, wisdom, and love. As you progress through the process of ascension, through answering your soul's calling and engaging in spiritual practice, you'll begin to awaken the higher potential of your consciousness. You may find yourself experiencing extrasensory awareness by way of having clairvoyant visions, hearing messages from the spirit world, or feeling intuitive knowingness. You may also begin to receive visits from the angels or spiritual guides in some form or another, often in the form of magical or very powerful dreams. You may also begin to feel deep peace or connection to a greater whole when you practice meditation or other forms of spiritual practice. Essentially, what is happening at this stage is that your consciousness is blossoming into expanded awareness that doesn't only include the physical realm and your own individual experiences, but also the spirit realm and the collective soul that unites all creation. This leads us to sign number 3. The third sign of ascension is experiencing major shifts in your body and mind. The more and more that you follow your path of ascension and spiritual growth by engaging in spiritual practice and taking action on the signs and messages you receive from your higher self in the spirit world, the more you'll initiate real and meaningful changes in your body and mind. This all boils down to vibration. Everything in creation is moving and vibrating at its smallest parts. This includes every atom in your body, every thought that you think. As you experience ascension, you begin to expand the breadth of vibrations your body and mind experience, incorporating vibrations associated with higher levels of spiritual awareness into you. As you dip into these new vibratory states of being, your body's physical cells respond. As you awaken to your soul's core essence of infinite divine potential, you also awaken your body's amazing potential to reflect and house that divinity through its health and strength. As your body's cells gradually respond to your expansion into new vibratory states, several things can commonly happen, including changes in dietary cravings or an instinctual knowingness that changing your diet will positively change your life, the desire to move your body more or in different ways in the past, the desire for your body to have more time outdoors, connecting with Mother Nature, or changes in your sleep-wake cycle. All of these shifts are essentially part of a deeper physical instinct to put your body into a state where it can become the best container possible for your new level of spiritual consciousness. And of course, the mind and body are interconnected in all ways. So with each physical shift, you'll likely notice shifts including changes in your mood, mindset, mental energy levels, beliefs, thought patterns, and overall outlook. Again, the more you support this phase of ascension by way of following and supporting the changes your body and mind are asking for, the more you will grow and progress comfortably through the ascension process, which will lead you towards the fourth major sign of ascension. The fourth leading sign of ascension is shifts in your relationships, including your relationship with yourself, other people, and the world around you. As your vibratory states of both consciousness and physical well-being shift to support and reflect the infinite spiritual power and potential within you, you'll begin to relate or harmonize very different with other vibrations you meet in this world. In every relationship, with every person in your life, you experience a meeting of vibrations. Your conscious vibratory state meets theirs. And then in most all healthy relationships, your vibrational states attune to one another, combining and harmonizing. When you transform your overall resting vibratory state to reflect your true spiritual power and potential, you transform the way that your vibration meets and harmonizes with others. Sometimes you may find that people who do not hold the same values or vibratory states as you do are a little more difficult to harmonize with than they were in the past. This can lead to relationship changes. Often as you go through the process of ascension, your relationship dynamics will need to upgrade to better support the new expanded version of you. Certainly a tiny seedling relates to the soil it's embedded in differently than the mighty tree that grew up from that seedling. That means you might find yourself needing a different set of boundaries in your relationships, or perhaps even to walk away from certain relationships altogether. During this phase of ascension, some relationships might end, some might change their level of closeness, and new relationships may begin. You may also notice yourself wanting to spend more alone time in retreat, that you're feeling more introverted than before, or that you want to avoid intense, busy, or crowded environments. All of these shifts in your socializing preferences are due to the fact that you're sensing and processing more of the energy of those around you at a more conscious rather than unconscious level than ever before. The more you get used to this, the easier it will be to connect with others. But again, you'll usually need to rewrite your boundaries and modes of communication in order to connect in a way that supports your new level of spiritual consciousness. Now remember, it's not only your relationships with people that will change. You're also highly likely to experience a shift in your relationship with yourself. As you grow into higher levels of consciousness, you're highly likely to experience a shift in your self-concept or to gain new perspective on the meaning and purpose of your life. This will likely change the way you navigate your relationship with the world. As a result, you may find yourself experiencing a deep desire to change your job, your lifestyle, or your home location. This is especially true if your life's work or lifestyle do not match the spiritual vibration of harmony towards which your soul is leading you on the ascension path. You may find yourself changing your role or priorities at your current job, switching to a new career path altogether, or even leaving the traditional career path behind in search of life's work, opportunities to serve, and lifestyle routines that authentically honor, serve, and match your soul's purpose. Now that you're a little more familiar with the leading signs of ascension, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below and let me know how this guidance resonates. And of course, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell below for more channeled guidance from the angels on this topic. If you're feeling called at a soul level to awaken to the path of ascension, and you want to receive training on how to receive direct guidance from angels and spirit guides, do meaningful inner spiritual healing work, and join a community of fellow spiritual seekers all on the path of ascension, then I would love to connect with you. Click the link below to sign up for a free angel discovery call. We'll discuss your path and see if I can help you level up on your path of ascension in my Angelic Ascension coaching program. All of my gratitude goes with you, and know until next time that you are so loved and so very blessed. Bye!